wasn't addressed to anyone. It was taped to the inside of a kitchen cabinet. In shaky, fading ink, it read, "Don't stay past the fourth night. He comes then." I moved into the apartment in late October. It was a basement unit in a weathered brick building that sat at the edge of town, just past the last gas station and a shuttered laundromat. The rent was insanely low, which I chalked up to the location and the fact that the previous tenant had moved out abruptly. The landlord, a quiet man named Greg, barely said more than a few words when I signed the lease. Just gave me the keys, muttered something about keeping the windows locked at night, and walked off. The place itself was better than expected. Small but clean, with decent water pressure and new carpets. The only thing that struck me as strange was the lack of overhead lighting. The apartment relied mostly on floor lamps and a single dim bulb in the hallway. It gave the place a kind of grayish, perpetual twilight. I noticed a note on the second day. I'd been looking for a clean glass when I opened the highest cabinet over the sink. There, taped inside the door, was a scrap of yellow paper. The edges were curled, like it had been there for years. The handwriting was uneven, like the person was writing fast or under stress. "Don't stay past the fourth night. He comes then." I laughed it off at first, figured it was some weird joke or maybe leftover from Halloween. Still, I left the note there. Something about throwing it away didn't feel right. That night, the cold set in. I remember because the heater kicked on for the first time and made this strange low hum like a distant chant. It settled eventually, but even under a blanket, the room felt wrong. Not just cold, but heavy. I started noticing sounds. Small things at first. A soft creak like someone stepping lightly in the hallway. The bathroom door shifting slightly. Though no window was open, I told myself it was the old building. Would contracts, pipes shift? Nothing unusual. By night 3, the atmosphere had changed. I came home late from work and noticed the apartment felt colder than usual. I turned on the space heater, bundled up into sweaters, and still felt like I couldn't get warm. I remember walking into the bathroom and noticing something odd. My toothbrush was on the floor wet, like someone had just used it. Then I saw it. In the mirror's foggy reflection, standing behind me for the briefest of moments, was a figure. Not detailed, just the shape of a man. Tall, thin, unmoving. But when I spun around, there was nothing there. I didn't sleep well that night. Round 17 a.m., I heard the front door creak, just once. Then footsteps, slow, deliberate, coming from the hallway. I grabbed the bat I kept by my bed, heart pounding. The steps stopped. Outside my door, silence, then 3 soft knocks. I didn't answer. I didn't breathe. For what felt like a full minute, the floorboards creaked again, this time heading back toward the front of the apartment. I stayed awake until sunrise. The next morning, I went to ask Greg, the landlord, about the previous tenant. He opened the door just a crack when I knocked. "You knew about this, didn't you?" I asked. "The footsteps, the knocking, the note." He didn't deny it. Just looked at me for a long time before saying, "Did you touch the closet?" "What closet?" "The one in the hallway." There was no closet in my hallway, just a blank wall. "You've got one more night," he said, and closed the door. I went back and searched every inch of the hallway. I ran my fingers along the walls until I felt it an uneven patch behind a layer of drywall hollow. I tapped it. Something tapped back. I ran. I stayed with a friend that night, told myself I'd come back in the morning, pack up, and be done with it. But I couldn't sleep. Around 3 a.m., my phone lit up with a notification from my apartment smart plug, the one I had connected to the hallway lamp. Device turned off. Then 5 seconds later, device turned on, then motion detected, hallway. I stared at the phone, watching the log entries stack up, one after another. Motion, all while I was miles away. At sunrise, I drove back. The apartment was silent, cold. My hand shook as I unlocked the door. Inside, nothing looked different, except the hallway. The wall was open. Not a door, not even a real closet. Just a narrow, vertical gap, like someone had peeled the drywall back with their hands. It was pitch black inside. Something about the space felt wrong, like it wasn't part of the house, like it didn't obey the same rules. I didn't go near it. I packed as quickly as I could, not even folding clothes, just tossing them into garbage bags. As I was about to leave, I passed the kitchen and saw the note again, but this time, there was new handwriting underneath the original warning. just 3 words. He's behind you. I didn't turn around. I ran.